is 2019. It's Monday and I am ready for today. I was busy planning away. So when I noticed that, I immediately remembered what I read in Teach Like Finland, that we need to incorporate brain breaks throughout the day for the students. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my classroom during a new year. It's 2019. It's Monday, and I am ready for today. Well, I keep telling myself that, but I am going to keep a positive mindset that everything's gonna go amazingly today and the rest of the week. I am wearing a new shirt from Lipstick and Littles, and it is so appropriate for today, and it's gonna become one of my favorite Monday shirts. Not that I'm gonna wear it every Monday, but here it is. It's Yay, let's do this. Let's do this Monday because I am ready. So I just came into my classroom this morning. I have something that I'm doing a little different right now, which is instead of my usual morning shakes, I kind of got tired of those. Are you like me? Do you get tired of eating the same thing after a long time? I usually just make a protein shake in the morning and just take it with me to go, and then I drink it on the way to school. But I decided to do something a little different to shake things up. So I decided to do overnight oats. So I'm actually going to go ahead and eat my overnight oats while I finish lesson planning for the rest of the week. I'm just trying to sprinkle a couple things here and there to make each day exciting, because I am also refreshed from the E2E conference, Educators to Educators, which was a virtual conference that I attended last week, and it was for free. So thank you so much to all the teachers that put that together. Thank you for Educators to Educators for orchestrating the entire thing. I got to attend over 40 sessions that dealt with a whole bunch of different topics, and some of the people were presenters that I follow on Instagram, and some were new that I started following. So I want to implement a little bit of the tips and strategies that they went over, both for personal growth and for career growth. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now, and then I'll check back with you later on today. Not quite ready to let you go yet. I just sat down at my desk and I have here in front of me my mason jar with my overnight oats. So if you're not familiar with overnight oats, it's a very simple meal that you can make for yourself, either for breakfast or you can eat this any time of the day. Basically, this is a very simple recipe. I got some old-fashioned oatmeal oats and I put half a cup of that in here. I put a scoop of my vanilla Vega protein powder. I also put a little bit of cinnamon, and that is a notification. I also put about half a cup or a little bit more than a cup of my Ripple milk, which is a plant-based milk, because I'm trying to make sure I go back to my no dairy because I'm allergic to dairy. It makes me wheeze. It affects my asthma and I don't like that. And I also put a little bit of vanilla extract, and I chopped up some mixed frozen berries and I put it all in here. I mixed it all together and I put it in my fridge last night. And what happens is overnight, the oats absorb the liquid from the milk and they expand and they're ready to eat. You can eat it cold, which is what I'm gonna do right now, or you can warm it up if you want to, but it depends on the milk you use because the milk might change a little bit as you warm it up. But check it out. This is how the oats look like. As you can see, it has absorbed the milk, so it has solidified a little bit. Now, if you were to eat this and you wanted it to be a little bit more liquidy, you could definitely add more milk right now before you actually eat it, but I'm just gonna eat it like this, and I can't wait, and this is my breakfast for today. So again, this is something new I'm trying, so I'm looking forward to seeing how I feel as I eat this, and it should be able to hold me up until our 11:30 lunchtime today. So right now it's about 7:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this while I finish planning, and then I'll speak to you soon. It's now my planning time. The students are in art. We started out the day by having them come in, and I was just playing some classical music as they came in and got ready for the day. They also had on their desk the Daily Language Arts Warm-Up, which is a resource that I got from One Stop Teacher Shop on TPT. She calls it her language arts spiral review for the entire year, and that's something that I use throughout the whole year. So they completed only Monday for that. We talked a little bit about what we did during our winter break. They shared some information. They recommended a lot of different shows for me to watch on Netflix. It became like a, hey, Miss Sanchez, you should watch this. It was funny. And then we also went over procedures and the rules and the expectations. I then proceeded to read a really great book for them, and it's by Peter Reynolds, who is one of my favorite authors. He's also the author of Ish and The Dot, which we also read earlier this year and we did an art project with. And I chose this book because it's all about being dreamers. And in the beginning of the year, you want to dream about what you want to accomplish for the new year. And the dreams can become goals once you set a plan to accomplish them. So I wanted to do that on purpose because tomorrow the students are going to be working under one-word activity, which I'll give you more information on that later. But for now, I'm going to use my planning time to make some copies for the rest of the day. And I decided to have lunch in the classroom with the students so that we can bring in the new year together by having a happy noon year. So I'm going to find a countdown that I can either play on YouTube or one of the Netflix countdowns that they had available. And when it's 11:59, we can play it and bringing the new year together. So that's what I plan for the rest of the day, along with some other review that we're doing. I'm not really teaching anything new today. Today is all about having fun watching Mr. Popper's Penguins, the movie, and just reviewing some important things that we did learn before going on break so that they can review them and bring them back to mind. All right, so let me get going for these copies that I have to make, and I'll check back with you later. Now the end of the day. It's been a good day, but it's also been a tiring day. I am so glad it's the end of the day and I get to go and relax. I'm actually going to do some self-care today. I'm going to be kind and good to myself this week. Every day I am planning to do something related to self-care, whether it's walking outside for a few minutes just to take in the fresh air outside, or whether it's reading for pleasure or just taking out my sketchbook to draw. I just want to do something for me and I need it. I so need it. All right, so I want to briefly go over what we ended up doing today. You saw the clip of how we were counting down for the Happy Noon year. I did have lunch with the students in the class. They were really appreciative about that. They finished watching the movie, and after that, they completed a movie review, which I'll show you right now. And after that, we went into math, but then we piggybacked on ELA because I noticed that we hadn't compared the book and the movie. So we did together as a class created a double bubble, which is a thinking map to compare the book and the movie. So I'll show you that on the board before I erase it. And in math, we went ahead and added all the notes for chapter 7 that we haven't added yet, which served as our review. And they were like, oh yeah, we remember, this is so easy. So tomorrow we'll be introducing chapter 8. And I have 2 more sheets of notes that I want to add in their notebooks. I'll just type them up myself. One is going to be on how we change mixed numbers into fractions and fractions into mixed numbers. And the other one is how we subtract mixed numbers when the first fraction or the first mixed number has a numerator that is less than the second fraction. All right, so let me go ahead and show you the movie review sheet now and the other things. So let's do this. Here is the movie review sheet that I put together, similar to my book review. The only difference is this on the top that says, was the movie based on the book and what it was and the author. They rate it, but then this is where it's different. They have to say what they thought about the movie. This serves as their topic sentence. They have to give me 3 reasons and a conclusion. So this is sort of like an outline to an essay. They're not going to write the essay. It's just an assignment that I am going to grade for reading. And then we created this double bubble based on Mr. Popper's Penguins, the book versus the movie. As you can see, there were a lot of differences and very few similarities, but the students were able to pinpoint them, and I'm very proud of their work. We did this collaboratively together, and they had some really, really good pieces of information to compare and contrast the book. This is our agenda for today, and we pretty much did everything on our agenda with the exception of the Florida dailies, which will just be part of their do now for tomorrow as they work on their daily language arts warm-up. So we went ahead and did all of that. Now let me go ahead and show you my math notebook so you can see all the different notes that we added to the math notebook. So here we go. So this is our math notebook, and I'm just going to go to where we left off. So we added this standard, which is numbers and fractions and decimals 2.3. Basically, it's like 4 different things in one standard. So we added these note sheets from Create, Teach, Share, and I'll link her down below, Rebecca Rojas. So we went over decomposing fractions, which I told the students decomposing means break apart. And then they had to practice the adding and subtracting fractions as well as modeling it. We did adding and subtracting mixed numbers and problem solving using adding and subtracting fractions. So we added all of that today in our math notebooks, and it served as a review for chapter 7. Tomorrow we're going to start in chapter 8, which I mentioned before, multiplying fractions. And we also have to add some notes on natural resources that we learned today from science. All right, that's my phone. Let me get it, and I'll come back here again soon. And I'm back. That was just one of my grade level team members and fellow friend, which happened to actually surprise me this morning by giving me this. Let me show you. This beautiful mermaid that she found at the Target dollar spot, of course. She saw it during winter break, and she thought of me, which I love mermaids. I mean, she's so cute, and she kind of sits. I'm going to put her on the shelf again so you can see her. But I told her I love it that she's brown because I feel represented. It's so adorable, and I'm so appreciative. So thank you, my friend. And I'm going to put it back on the shelf. Right there. See how she just sits there, super cute. Oh, and I had added this before break. I added my Ray Dunn things over here to decorate this little corner where I have my mini fridge. This is a mini fridge that I got at Amazon for like 40 bucks or so. I have my little water bottles in there. And I have my little decorations here from Target. Oh, and I have some new devotionals that I was inspired to get after I saw Latanya from Smartie Style. She is here on YouTube as well. I'll link her down below. She recommended these books in one of her pictures on Instagram. And I'm like, ooh, I definitely need these in my life. So I got them. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to having them in my classroom. And when I have some time in the morning as I'm getting ready before the start of the day, read and just fill my soul. All right, so that's basically all that I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow. But wait, I forgot something. I always do that. I've been catching myself doing that. It's because I'm just thinking and talking so fast that I forget that I was going to talk about something else. So I wanted to show you what we ended up doing for social studies today. So in Flocabulary, there is a year in wrap, and I think I mentioned it. Now that I'm saying this, I don't know if I did, I'm sorry. But it goes over the top news events, and then we did a 3-2-1, where 3, they list 3 things that they learned using I learned statements. 2, they list 2 interesting things that they heard from the year in wrap, and 1 question that they have at the end. So this is the one that I made for myself, and here are the I learned statements. Here's the 2 interesting things, and here is the question that I still have. This is a quick little exit slip that I had the students complete, and this can count as a grade. So now I'm done for today, Monday, January 7th, and I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. Good morning. It is now Tuesday, January 8th, 2019. I so stumbled on that year. Yeah, I need to get used to that. It's 2019. All right, so I came into my classroom not too long ago. I put out the student do-now papers on their desk so that when they come in at 8:20, they will be ready to go. It is now 7:35, so I'm going to sit at my desk. I'm going to work on the 3rd marking period instructional focus because tomorrow I'm going to be having a meeting with my grade level, and we have to look at that because the grading period, the 2nd grading period ends next week. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm just going to work as I eat my breakfast. And I also wanted to let you know that I am wearing another shirt from Lipstick and Littles. Yes, she's currently my favorite teacher shirt store, and she's also a teacher, and this is her small business. And I love her along with To Be Enough, which used to be the blue envelope. But this shirt is from Lipstick and Littles, and it says, be silly, be honest, be kind. I absolutely love it, and I paired it with my sorbet Lillipop Lanyard, and I'll link both in the description box below. All right, so let me get to the planning and the eating of my breakfast, and I'll get back to you later.
Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV.
It's now the end of the day. I didn't have a chance to vlog during my lunchtime or during my planning time. I was busy planning away, and I'll show you what I was working on once I finish right now after school. I just have 2 more things to do and then it'll be finished, so you get to see what I'm doing. As you saw in previous clips, the students were working on their wintergrams. This is a resource that I bought from TPT. I'll show you who the resource is from, and I love it because it's quick, and I had them do it as a part of their morning do now. They just had to draw a picture of one thing they did during winter break, give it a hashtag, and then write a caption about it for their wintergrams, which I'll give you a close-up of some of the ones that they created, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them outside once I finish grading them, because these are great little short, quick writing assignment, and it also goes over text features because we're going over pictures and a caption that represents the picture. All right, so let me show you some of these right now, and then I'm going to continue working. I have a video conference call at 4:30 p.m. from Flocabulary, so I will be in my classroom until 5 p.m. That's when the conference call ends, but I'm going to get busy with a couple of different things that I have to finish for the week and prepare for my grade level meeting tomorrow. And I also want to do a workout in the classroom because I want to start this week 2 times a week working out in the classroom. A short, simple workout that'll just get me moving and my heart beating so that I can work on this health journey of mine because I got to get back on track. All right, so let me show you some of these wintergrams right now. All right, so here are some of the student creations. As you can see, they drew a picture, they had a hashtag, and they have their caption right here. And here's another one. So I'm just gonna scroll through them. I really like these, and this is really cool how she did that to the background. This is the chameleon that I'm going to insert a clip here. I kind of helped her draw it on the board. She didn't know how to draw it. So I guided her step by step how to draw it, starting with the eye, and then the face, and then the body, and the last thing we did was the legs. And then I told her it looks like the chameleon is hanging somewhere, so let's draw a branch. And this is how she finished her wintergram. Really great job. And here's another one. This person went to Disney Springs. Very nice. And I like how they did the little heart, like, dislike, comment. Even though on IG we don't have the like or dislike, we just have the heart and the comment, but that's really cute. And here is another one. This particular student loves science and learning about animals, so this doesn't surprise me at all. And here's another nice one. I love what she wrote here about going to Pandora. Right here, it made my heart flutter to see birds flying freely. Pandora was beautiful. I would totally recommend it. Sweet. And another person loved the chameleon, so they included it in their picture, of course. They said, hey, I have a chameleon hanging at the top while I'm at the beach. So this is really cool. They got to build a sand castle and play in the water. This is really nice as well. And they had lots of present and lots of fun. Here's another one. Very nice. Another one. Again, I really love doing this simple, quick activity to also put up on our bulletin board. So those are the ones that were finished, and I still have a couple students that need to revise theirs. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hang these up outside to display for the entire school or whoever walks by, and then I'm gonna come back in and work on a couple things, and then I'll check back with you later. So I just finished displaying all of the wintergrams that were completely done here outside on our hallway display. And they looked really, really nice. I just finished the task that I was working on since planning time, which was to work on the instructional focus for the 3rd grading period, which is something I'm going to share with my teachers tomorrow during our grade level meeting. So let me show you what I did. I've done one of these for every grading period from the 1st to the 2nd, so I needed to create one for the 3rd grading period because next week our grading period ends for the second 9 weeks. And then after we return from the Martin Luther King holiday, we start in the 3rd grading period. I do this so that it's easy for us to collaborate and plan across the subject areas, and that way the math teachers know what the ELA teachers are doing and vice versa. So here is the rundown for the next 9 weeks, which goes from the middle of January all the way until the end of March, right before we go on spring break. So our last day of the grading period is March 22nd, and the very next day, which is a Saturday, is the beginning of our spring break. So the last week of March is when we take our spring break in my district. This helps with planning, collaboration, and it's a great tool that my team uses, and I'm happy to put it together for all of them. All right, so my video conference call with Flocabulary is in a few minutes, so I'm gonna go get ready for that, and I'll speak to you before I go home for the day. Just finished my conference call with Flocabulary, and it was really great. There are a couple things that I have in store for the future working along with Flocabulary, so I'm very excited, and you'll find out more about it as we go along. But right now, I'm going to go home and rest and do my workout at home because it's already 5, and I didn't get to do my workout earlier because I was busy finishing the instructional focus. So I'm gonna get going, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, January 9th, 2019. I am in my classroom getting everything ready to go for today. And I realized after filming yesterday's clip that I forgot to mention where I got my Wintergrams resource from. So I would like to show you that right now. So this is the Wintergrams resource that I got from TPT. This resource is from Fancy Free in 4th. And as you can see, it includes the cover sheet, it includes the photos, and it includes the little caption papers. Now this one, in her resource, she actually has her students do like maybe 4 different pictures with captions in order to create a little book. I modified it by just having the students do 1 picture, and then I gave them the blank one, which is her extra space pages, so that they can write the caption. And of course, you saw how my students put it together, and that's what made up our Wintergram activity. So if you like to check it out, I will leave a link down below to this resource. Another thing I forgot to mention yesterday was that in the morning, while we were doing our lesson, after the students finished their Wintergrams, etc., we were working on a particular lesson, and I noticed the students were a little sluggish and kind of like their mood was drooping, and that's expected after winter break and even during any typical day, since the students during winter break were not used to a schedule or a routine or structure. So when I noticed that, I immediately remembered what I read in Teach Like Finland, that we need to incorporate brain breaks throughout the day for the students. In Finland, they do it after each 45-minute lesson. The students actually have a recess time set out for them to have a break. So he recommends that we incorporate a little bit of brain breaks here and there. If you cannot do it after 45 minutes, you just do it from time to time when you notice your class needs it. So I noticed my class needed it. So I went ahead, I went on YouTube, and I found a Just Dance video to Ghostbusters. So let me show you that right now. So this is a Just Dance video that I found on YouTube. I'll link it down below. And basically it just starts it off and it guides the students on different dance movements, and they really, really enjoyed it. So there you have it. That's one of the brain breaks that I like to do. I also like to use GoNoodle from time to time. And if you have other brain break ideas, be sure to share them in the comments down below. All right, so let me work on getting the rest of my morning set up and ready for the day, and I will speak to you later. And I forgot to mention another thing, like I always do. Today I am wearing a shirt from the Blue Envelope, and they used to be the Blue Envelope. I think they're changing their name to Be Enough. And this is what it says: I can and I will. And the ampersand has all these encouraging words. I wore it more for myself and also for the students, but tonight I am going to the Rachel Hollis Made for More event at the movie theater. Tonight is the last night for the Made for More encore, so I'll be going there, and I'm very motivated to get back on track to all my goals and all my dreams for 2019 and every year after that. All right, so now I'm going to go, and I'll speak to you later. It's now the end of the day. The students have been dismissed. We just finished our grade level meeting. We shared a lot of great ideas, and now I am ready to have a great time tonight at the Rachel Hollis event Made for More at one of my local movie theaters. So I'm really looking forward to that. And one of the teachers in my team is also going to go along with me. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. As you saw in the previous clips, the students were working on natural resources, adding those notes into their science notebook. They did an activity from their science textbook, and they took the quiz for that particular lesson. I wanted to give you a close-up of the notes that they added in their notebooks, which is something that I myself created. So let me show you that right now. So these are the notes. I made one for non-renewable resources. This is me after I had colored them, but they were not colored. These are just icons that I put together. And this is the one for renewable resources. And on the next page, I have the non-renewable resources and some notes about them, along with examples of non-renewable resources. Then I went ahead and I revamped the page with Florida's natural resources that Elevate Science gives us. They just list the words, and I went ahead and I found little icon pictures to go along with each so that it looks nicer. The kids really like it. I don't know, I really like it. It looks adorable. So that is what we did today in science. And then of course they had to do an activity where they chose one of these resources in Florida and brainstorm how people use that resource. And then after that, they had to think of an alternative for one of the uses of that resource and how it would affect people's lives. So before we added these notes, I went ahead and I added the Florida standard from Jason's online classroom on natural resources that are both renewable and non-renewable. And we took notes on what natural resources are as provided from our textbook. So that's basically what we did in science. And then the students went ahead and completed their quiz for that lesson, which is a quiz that has 6 questions, and this was provided to us from our Elevate Science, and that's what we did in science. That is what we ended up doing, and then after lunch, the students went ahead and added notes from chapter 8, which is multiplying fractions by whole numbers. They added those notes in their math notebook, and then they took their mid-chapter checkpoint. That is basically what we've done in the last 3 days in this 3-day vlog that I am wrapping up today. And I'll just put Thursday and Friday on a separate vlog like I usually do on my regular time before I started doing Vlogmas. Now, if you are new here from Vlogmas, welcome. I don't really vlog daily. That's something I was just doing for Vlogmas. What I do is I vlog every day, but then I release those videos together. So that's why Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be together. And then Thursday and Friday will be separate. And I usually release that on Saturday or sometime during the weekend. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this 3-day vlog. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.